Hi, my name is Nick Prescott. I'm an Alexander teacher and I live in Barcelona in Spain, and I'm originally from Edinburgh, Scotland. The question that most people ask when they hear about the Alexander technique is, what is it? And also most people are interested to know how it can be, what it can do for them, or why, what is its, why do people do it? So the Alexander technique allows you to grow and take care of yourself by releasing unnecessary tensions that are held in the body and redirecting that energy in such a way that you can recover your natural poise, balance, and health. We tend to have, as a habitual thing, certain tensions or things held in our body. When we're children, very young children, this isn't there because they haven't acquired habits and they haven't, acquired the habits over time. So that isn't, applicable so much to them. But most people have some kind of habitual tension or that is going on. It's a kind of holding of the body, let's put it that way, in a particular way, which isn't really necessary, but has been learned, and that is something that can be released, and it can be redirected as a form of energy in a more useful way. So the tension can sort of be like redistributed in a way which is more useful in terms of the way the parts and everything are working together, in coordination, balance. And what that allows is for us to be more lighter, more move with more ease, be more balanced, and in general that's very, very beneficial, because that means that we can breathe more easily, our heart can work better, we can move with less effort, and perform any activity that we are involved in with less effort and more ease. And that's really what the Alexander technique offers to people, because it helps restoring that natural balance and working that. It can be very, very effective as a way of preventing and restoring health problems, back pains, neck pains, problems with joints, all kinds of problems that occur from excessive force and stress being placed on the body or on particular parts of the body. When that is evened out and redistributed in a more beneficial way, the problems often just will begin to recede, because the body will then begin to heal. We'll be given the opportunity to heal. So it's been very useful to people that have had problems that maybe they couldn't resolve medically. It's also used by a lot by actors, musicians, and dancers who have an intensive use of their bodies, and in that sphere of activity, again, having a more coordinated and balanced working of the body allows them to do what they do in an easier way, with a sense of more security. So it's also used quite a lot by actors, musicians, dancers, but in fact, it's something that can be used by anybody, and I think anybody can benefit from it. It doesn't really matter your age or your situation, whether or not you have mobility problems or you don't, or potentially it's It's something that anybody can do, which is, I think, quite special. It doesn't involve exercises. It's a very respectful, non-invasive, non-manipulative activity in which the teacher works as a guide and basically as a facilitator, facilitates the person can begin to perceive what's happening, guide them into in the process of discovering what holding is happening, how that can be released, how the person can then redirect their energy, and is basically accompanying the person in that journey, rather than manipulating the person, correcting, fixing things like postural issues, whatever. The Alexander technique, it doesn't set out to do that directly. Rather, it facilitates or provides, looks to provide conditions whereby these things can then, or the natural, our natural health can, or resilience that we actually have, the general thing, can take place. In other words, we don't try to create health. The health will come by itself once we stop interfering with it and damaging or doing things that are not particularly favorable. Quite a good analogy of this would be what happened in the pandemic when everything suddenly stopped. And because we weren't polluting the skies and we weren't polluting the air, nature came back. And then, for example, in Barcelona, the air got much, much better. There were much more bird song. There were dolphins in the port. But it wasn't necessary to put dolphins in the port or bring birds or clean the air, because if you just stop polluting everything, then things will just get better. And it's the same kind of principle with ourselves. If we stop doing things which are not favorable to ourselves and learn about what it is and how to read it, how to change that, then things will just heal and improve and get easier just on their own. And that really is how Alexander, that's my view of it. So I think it's amazing. It's been very, very useful to me. I've had various problems. I had which I've resolved. I just basically disappeared with Alexander technique. I've seen it. I've seen people, this in many other people, and I think it's an amazing thing. I'm still learning. I'm very passionate about it. I think that I really do think it can really help people. And, and it's also great fun, because it's not something that, it's not, we're not trying to do, we get away from trying to fix things and solve things. Everything, we're not immediately, which can be very stressful. And we get a break from that Alexander today. It's just like, okay, let's just work and let's just see what's happening, and gradually things will sort themselves out. And so it's fun. I think it's very, very interesting, and you learn all kinds of things. And I'm still learning. And I hope this is useful to you, to give you some idea of what it's about, and that maybe one day you'll try it, either with me or with any other Alexander teacher, wherever you may be. I think that I hope it can be useful to you. So that's all for now. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.